Hello, welcome to another episode of the Chrissie Mayr podcast. We are on iTunes, YouTube, Spotify, and SoundCloud. And if you're listening to us right now on iTunes, go ahead and give us a 5-star review. Thanks so much. And if you don't like it, well, just keep listening to more episodes until you find one you like and then leave a review. Guys, I'm doing stand-up. This weekend, this Saturday, October 16th, I will be with Comedians of the Compound in Lakewood, New Jersey. We will be performing at the Blue Claw Stadium. For tickets, go to compoundcomedy.com. And then November 6th, I'll be headlining TIFFs in Morris Plains, also known as the Dojo of Comedy. For tickets, go to chrissiemayer.com. We'd love to see you guys. Doing Jersey. Love the dirty Jers because there's a lot of vaccine mandates in New York. But we're trying. I'm actually going to be with Comedians of the Compound in February out in Long Island. I think they're pretty chill out there. Also, we'll be in Albany January 21st. More dates are coming, so just check my calendar for deets. Quick shout out to our sponsors, for which this pod would not be possible. Cushy Dreams, guys. If you're feeling like you got some anxiety, if you're feeling a little squirrely, maybe you got some body pain, I feel you on that. Cushy Dreams is my go-to for all things CBD related. 2020 was a rough year. 2021 was a rough year. You want to keep your head in a good place. That's where our friends at Cushy Dreams are able to help. They specialize in high-quality smokable CBD. And CBD has been shown to help with anxiety, depression, even pain relief, fighting inflammation, and more. It flies directly to you, ships directly to you. All 50 states, they offer specific indica sativa strains that deliver desired effects: relax, create, hustle, peace, energy, and dream. Looks and taste just like the real thing, but you're not going to get high. You're not going to go out to lunch, get those munchies. It's all the things you want without the stuff you don't. It's great. It's helped me with my anxiety. Everything is run in a small, limited batch. They do independent lab tests to show compliance and purity. Fresh Harvest also includes the new Relax Premium and Dream Premium 2. So go to cushydreams.com. That's KUSHY dreams.com. And out the checkout, use promo code CMP to get 20% off your order and free shipping. I really like the pre-rolls because they're portable. They come in a nifty little 5-pack. Just slip it in your pocket or your purse or whatever. Boom. And when it's empty, you can probably put other stuff in it. Okay, guys, I'm so excited for this gal. She's a friend of the show. She's a real friend in IRL for me. She's been on the pod before. I've been on her pod before. We're real friends. I think the last time we checked in with her, she had a bit of a bat problem, but she's here again. Hopefully bat free.
Hi.
The wrist flex on Twitter. It's fine. You're not following me yet. No hard feelings. You know, I'm sure one of these days you'll follow me. It's fine. I'm not salty about it. Riz, how are you? I think I did your show pretty recently, but you haven't done my show since your bat problem.
Did I lose you?
Uh-oh. Are you there?
Are you there?
I can see you.
Is that my fault?
Maybe. Oh, fuck. She's gone. Well, Riz is going to come back. She's going to tell us about her bat. Usually it's me who's falling out of the stream, but this time it's Flex.
Okay, my bad.
She's back.
Okay. So I wanted to go get something, but I was thinking I could bring my computer with me, and so
Yeah, you can go get it or bring the computer.
Yeah, so I can't unplug because then the internet goes out. So speaking
Are you showing us your bat cave? Oh, she's gonna go get it. I don't know if this is gonna be bat related or not. I got a weird bug bite on my face today. You can't really see because I covered it up with makeup. That's what I'm excited about for winter, is like no more mosquitoes.
I did some research,
and
they say online something like this will scare the bats away. So I'm gonna put this on my roof.
Okay, so she's busted out a crazy looking plastic owl.
Yeah, and then you just put a little bit of this like caulk on the bottom, and I'm going to use it as glue, and I'm going to put it on my roof, and this is going to scare away.
Let's see it again, Riz. Don't be a caulk tease. Let's see what kind of caulk you're dealing with there. Got a big caulk or a little caulk?
if you go to Home Depot, there is an entire aisle of caulk and like different colors. Some you can paint over, some you can't. Some's waterproof, some's for inside, some's for outside. I just picked clear and waterproof for outside. So I don't know, but I've never used one before, and I used it for the first time. Actually, I tested it out on like a little piece of the side of my house.
The caulk or the owl?
The caulk.
Okay.
Yeah. And I actually used up like the entire canister. And then my friend came over and was like, you put way too much on. Apparently you just use like a tiny little bit and spread it with your finger. Because then you can like rip up the whole thing. So
oh wow,
my fault.
When you go to Home Depot, do you pretend you're dumb, like for fun, and just be like, oh, I need a man to help me find something?
Well,
I do that sometimes.
When I just step in there, it's like all eyes are on you because you're a girl and they haven't seen girls in there forever. So like yeah. It's like you're trying to fight off the eyes just by walking through there. I think I wear my sunglasses whenever I can.
So you're not feeling the Home Depot energy. So did you get the owl there too?
No, I got this online.
I like it. How big is this owl?
It's pretty big. It's like the size of like, my head.
It's really giving you like a beady-eyed death stare. This is not a friendly looking owl.
Right. Like I think the bats are definitely gonna fear this thing. Because they circle around my house at night. I see them. So I know they're out there. They just are trying to find their way in.
But the holes have been plugged.
Yeah, the holes have been plugged.
Good bat update. Riss, there's so much going on in the news. William Shatner went to space today. He is now officially the oldest man to go into space at 90 years old.
That's wild. Where are they gonna send him?
I don't know if you guys saw the footage, because he went into space like literally this morning, just a few hours ago, and he was very emotional when he got back from space. And they didn't do like a full circle. They just literally like went up. This is just like going to be a celebrity amusement park ride. I feel like that's what I see for this.
Just go up, see everything, and then come down.
Yeah, the Bezos penis ship. They're just going to go up, see the flat Earth, and then come back down. I don't know if they have to sign an NDA about like look, if it looks a little flat to you up there, just keep it to yourself.
So wild.
We'll see. So here is William Shatner coming back from space, very emotional.
What's that little ball thing behind him?
That's the head of the penis ship right there.
Why isn't it on the penis ship?
So how it works, Riss, is you know how it looks. Like we've all seen like the Bezos penis ship, Blue Origin, right? There's the base, there's the shaft, and then the head. So it goes up, and then when it gets into like enough space, the shaft part removes itself, and then like sort of drones back to the ground. It like falls in a controlled way, whilst the head I guess like goes up, and then it comes down, and then it parachutes down. Just the head. Everybody's in the head. William Shatner. Bezos wasn't in this one. And then like, I don't know, 3 of the top Amazon customers, I guess, got to go. I don't know how they chose these people.
That's so wild.
Yeah.
I don't know why it separates, but hey.
I guess it separates because, I don't know. I guess I'm sure they have space people on the case here. They figured that's the easiest way because it's not doing like an orbit. It's not like going to another planet or anything. They're just literally going up, going into space. Okay. And then they come back down because I guess the feeling is mostly like in the takeoff and the coming back down. I guess once you're in space, it's like, okay, you pretty much get the gist of it. Okay, I'm going to play a little bit of this.
Who's the girl?
I feel like it's his piece.
Really? She's so much younger.
She's probably just waiting for him to, pass on. By the way, Bezos was not on this space endeavor. He just showed up.
Dress up.
He showed up in this outfit. I'm convinced he sleeps in this. I'm convinced these are his pajamas. He wears these 24/7.
Yeah, it's out of control.
I guess I can get it.
And now you're staring at the black. That's the thing. The covering of blue, this sheet, this blanket, this this comforter of blue that we have around. We think, oh, that's blue sky. And then suddenly you shoot through it all of a sudden. And so you whip off a sheet off you when you're asleep. And you're looking into blackness, into black ugliness. And you look down, there's the blue down there, and the black up there. And it's just, there is Mother and Earth and comfort. And is there death? I don't know.
They want us to like be emotional for like live through his experience, but like if we ain't invited, I'm not gonna feel any type of way about it.
He starts crying. Look at this. And Bezos is literally going like, bleep bloop. I am processing emotions coming from another human being. And then at one point he takes off his sunglasses and like gives him a hug.
Wait, is that girl drinking champagne in the background?
Oh, they are. This is like a Super Bowl-esque. Yeah, they're spraying champagne on each other. Yeah, and like there was a little bit of it when they're spraying on each other, and Shatner like moves away because I don't think he wanted to get his spacesuit all sticky.
Oh, it's one thing to say, oh, the sky and the thing, and then
the thing. This is how I would explain space.
But what isn't true, what is unknown,
colors.
I'll tell you do it, is this pillow. There's this soft blue. Look at the beauty of that color. And it's so thin.
He's talking about the oxygen layer.
It's what? How thick is it? Is it a mile?
How thick is it? Someone's gonna have fun cutting and editing that. How thick is it?
So you're through 50 miles. Whatever the
I want to get to the part where he cries.
You know, it's see down there is are doing, but it's what isn't.
Here we go.
I mean,
wait.
And what you see down there is light, and that's the difference.
This will like
look at this.
Have done something. I mean, whatever those other guys are doing, but it's what
those other space dicks.
Every time I see videos of Bezos, he's like getting real close with other dudes, like his brother.
Wow.
Kissing his brother.
He's crying now.
I'm so
look at this.
with emotion about what
okay, this is going to do either one of two things. They're going to care more about the planet or realize that we're all just little bit ants and they're going to care less.
I think the purpose of it's interesting because Frank had an interesting theory. Like, what if Shatner is like terminally ill and this is on his bucket list? This is his make-a-wish. That could be one thing. Or they're like, oh, he's a celebrity known for space stuff. Let's put him into space and we can try to attract more rich people and or celebrities to go into space to do this amusement park ride.
Yeah, it's definitely possible.
Let's see if he says anything else interesting.
Sure.
I like that they're testing. Well, they probably already tested it out with non-billionaires.
I'll never recover. That's pretty cool.
Maintain what I feel
like he feels
now.
like he was molested by space.
So
yeah.
So much larger than me and life. And it hasn't got anything to do with the little green planet, the blue orb.
He was explaining before, like you go up, it's black. It's like such a short amount of time and space from like blue to black. And I don't know if you caught it on this snippet here, but he talks about like looking down at the earth and it's like it's glowing. It's like full of light. And I think that's cool because I think the earth is very special and that is being hidden from the masses. And I think how special human beings are is hidden from the masses.
Yeah, for real.
This is fascinating. Yeah, I wonder if like I just like I'm so curious. Like I'm sure they had to test, everyone who's going to go up their heart, and they have to do all these simulations and like were they up and back? Like they're wearing all these suits that they can like pee and poop into, but like I feel like they were just up and down. Like they probably were like, well, I don't have to pee, but I want to pee because this is I can pee in the spacesuit. And
so it went up and came down all within the past couple hours.
They went up and came down. What, Frank? It was like maybe they were up there an hour or less. He's playing solitaire. It was quick.
Took a little lunch break ride.
A half hour. So there's no way you need to go to the bathroom in a half hour. Yet they're all wearing these suits that they can probably do a number 1, 2, and 3 in. If it were me, I'd be like, look, I paid for this. I'm taking a shit in this suit. Like, sorry.
Yeah.
I don't know. But I'm not really good. I can't really like poop. at will?
Yeah, I'd probably be all nervous and I wouldn't be able to.
Yeah, that's what I want to know too. Like, did anyone throw up? Like, what does it feel like?
Yeah,
That's
what
cool. I'm
they
sure
I
I'm
wonder
sure
if
he'll
they
be
got,
talking
like,
about this all
snacks,
week.
like an airplane, like a little airplane snack.
Yeah, do you think they have astronaut ice cream? Because I always have that. Every time I
Yeah.
go to a museum, I have to have it, even though I'm not a child. But it's good. I know, I like how it tastes.
Yeah, or, like, some drinks.
It reminds me of, like, the first special little treat I had as a kid was, like,
Yeah.
astronaut ice cream. I thought that was the fanciest possible thing you could eat.
Do you think they have, like, a little attendants in there, or it's just, like, them?
Attendance? Yeah, you wonder if it's, like, just the people, just the Amazon Prime members,
Yeah.
Shatner, and, like, is there a flight attendant up there? There's gotta
But,
be, like, a crew member, you know?
like, of all days for them to go up when they're in the Southern California, there's these wildfires, they're, like, apparently raging out of control, and the smoke is so excessive, they have to, like, shut off people's gas lines and stuff to, like, prevent more wildfires. I wonder if that, like, construed their view.
Well, they were supposed to take off Tuesday, but due to the winds, they pushed it off to today,
Yeah.
Wednesday, and they took off from, like, Western Texas. So I wonder if they could
Mhm.
see that or if it's going just so fast that you can't really see anything until you're, like, above the flat Earth.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's funny. It's fun to joke about that. I don't know if it's true. Matthew Hammond for 5. I hope Alon sends the entire Next Generation cast up in one of his rockets. I want a billionaire peeing contest. Yeah, I wonder if this is going to start just like a billionaire space war, space competition.
Yeah. Well,
You don't want to go to space. It seems like you're not as jazzed about this risk. Like you're not impressed.
they're so much further advanced than what they're saying. So,
Yes.
for me, it's
Yeah.
like, oh, just a little chauffeur,
This
to
is
make
like the Uber of space travel. Yeah.
Yeah, like, I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like Bezos put that together with Amazon Prime boxes. Like we're not seeing the full like capabilities of whatever the fake
Right.
space program.
Right, like, for the past, like, 50 years, we've just been, like, collecting rocks and sediment on, like, Mars and the moon and stuff, so, like but there's, like, billions of dollars that we're giving to them for funding. It's, like, just doesn't nothing adds up, and it's
Yeah.
so obvious. And
You
it's
can
like,
never take it for
what's
face value. You have to go like, what is really going on here? Okay, they're trying to normalize space travel. Why? And they're obviously pitching this in a way to try to have it appeal to the very rich and privileged, right? Because William Shatner comes, I can't explain what this felt like. Who wants to feel that, right? The people who have done everything, been everywhere, bought everything.
Yeah.
It's like, what do you get for the person who has everything? A ride in Blue Origin. That I feel like I should trademark that because that's I wouldn't be surprised if you were seeing like advertising like that.
But then,
so
like, after you do that once, what's next, And, like, there's people like Bezos, they've already done it, so that they've already moved on to the next, but they're just not talking about that. Like, he's not settling with this, and just what are we supposed to just think that he's planning on this being, like, the end point for his life?
Are you of the mind that there are plans for the elite to like leave Earth? Like there is a known like space station or like known life on like Mars or somewhere else, and people are just planning to like get the hell out before the supposed resources run out. I don't really feel that way.
I don't know if they're trying to, like, get out and, like, leave permanently, but, like, it's from my understanding and from my research, they have already started colonies of life on other planets and stuff, but
Ooh.
that's just what I, believe, but
Yeah.
everyone
Andrew thinks the billionaire elites have underground bunkers. Yeah, it's like maybe they're trying to distract us with outer space when really we should be looking at hollow earth stuff. We should be looking at no one's talking about the tunnels. No one's talking about what's inside the core.
Yeah,
I'm going to look more into this. I feel like every time I talk to you, Riss, I'm like, I have so much more reading to do. But let's shift gears to something a little bit more superficial. let's see here.
Yeah, I actually have a book on this, which is like
Oh, yeah?
pretty it's pretty informational, but I don't know. It really depends on like your initial belief system before you start diving into anything. Like someone just sent me a flat earth book, but like I don't know if.
Chris, you got fans in the chat.
Oh, I love you
Instant
guys.
Peace is shooting his shot.
Yeah, so this book called Alien Agenda by Jim Morris, he's like a famous investigative journalist, and he, has a lot of good research in there.
Okay, cool. Okay, so looks like Hamilton, good old woke Hamilton, Broadway show Hamilton, is in a bit of hot water recently. Suni Reid, who is a non-binary performer who appeared in the Broadway, Chicago, and Los Angeles productions of Hamilton in both ensemble and principal roles, has filed an Equal Employment Opportunity Commission complaint alleging that their contract was not renewed in retaliation over a request for a gender-neutral dressing room during the LA production, a charge Hamilton producers are denying. Publicly, Hamilton is a beacon of diversity and appears committed to causes seeking social justice and harmony, said Reid's attorneys. Behind the curtain, however, the company's management will force out a Black transgender cast member simply because they stood up for themselves and advocated for a more equitable workplace, and therefore called that public image into question. So he's upset that he didn't get his own dressing room. I mean, I have had limited experience with like off Broadway. I don't brag, but I did do my own one-woman show many years back. And there's I did the rehearsals in a bookshop, like literally the drama bookshop. And there's just, even on these high value productions, it's like, you're lucky if there's like one dressing room. I don't know.
Really?
And all these Broadway people, like, you're all changing in front of each other anyway. Nobody gives a fuck. Nobody's looking at you.
Point.
So what are they gonna? They're gonna scoop out like one dressing room just for you because you're non-binary. Like, to me, true equality is like, no, you're all gonna do the same dressing room or two dressing rooms. Choose amongst yourselves. Do whatever the fuck you want. And if you're, I don't know.
When I worked at QVC, we got billionaires and millionaires from all over the world, people that own their own companies coming through there, and not everybody got their own dressing room. A lot of people shared.
Yeah,
except for like the people that we always made sure had their own was like Martha Stewart.
Okay, that makes sense, because she would like probably literally kill you.
Chaz Dean, but there was most people, Mally, who's Beyonce's makeup artist, like she shared dressing rooms with everybody else. So,
interesting.
Yeah, it's what it is. Because
you guys are probably curious, what does this Suni Reid look like? Well, I'm here to show you. Like, what is this? I don't know, because maybe I've had so many jobs. I've been in so many like plays, shows. Like, I'm just happy with the bare minimum. Maybe that's my own thing that I have to deal with. But I'm gonna pull up. Nope, that's not it. That is my YouTube channel. The disorganization. Hold on. Where is? Okay, I gotta pull up this other. Here we go.
I had more sex after losing weight than I had before losing weight.
This is Suni.
Objectively true. I would message people on Grindr when I was fat, and block me. People's profiles say no
Suni Reid.
Do I really believe I would have booked Hamilton if I was fat? I really cannot tell you if that is a narrative that I've made up or if that is the truth.
In honor of Pride Month, this episode is made possible with the support of Spring Health.
Okay, let's skip through this.
Can you just start by talking about how you're feeling right now?
I've always had this like anxiety of people seeing me, like how somebody perceives me. That correlates.
I feel like I've seen like this person waiting for the bus.
Spaces where there weren't necessarily a lot of Black people all the time, so feeling the pressure of representing a race of people.
Already, you're like, this person is incredibly high maintenance.
Black people that already exist was so heavy on me as a young person, and I think as I grow into myself, a lot of that has shaken off. It's still there. Code switching. It's a way of conforming, but it's also how you keep yourself safe.
So he's non-binary, but like he's not.
I just show up. no matter who's
trying to present as female. It doesn't look like there's been any surgeries. Like, he's just a dude in a skirt. So it's like, and you want a separate dressing room? I don't know.
Comfy, cozy, auntie chic. I remember the first time
Okay, that's enough.
So, wait, did he say that he felt more comfortable in his own skin after he lost weight?
Let me I'm gonna rewind. Yeah, I think I heard that. Let's see.
More sex after losing weight than I had before losing weight.
Yeah.
Objectively.
Okay,
true.
so
I would message people on Grindr when I was fat, and people would dead block me. People's profiles say no fat.
They blocked him over being fat.
I really cannot tell you if that is a narrative that I've made up or if that's...
Guess what? Guess who else feels better after losing weight? Literally fucking everybody.
Well, that goes against like a pretty broad agenda. They've been trying to make people feel comfortable being larger and larger and larger.
Oh yeah, the body shaming industry, the fat phobic industry.
Like Victory, like any type of fit models, like not accepted on the runways. You know, they're doing like bigger people now.
Yeah, I just think I think that this person is complaining about a dressing room to get attention, to further this trans agenda, even though I don't think this person has had surgeries. It's like, you literally can just get a purse from a Salvation Army and throw on your grandma's skirt and poof, you can ask for your own dressing room. It's a power grab.
Yeah, I'm surprised that that's like being made like a big deal. Because these, you know, nobody gets their own dressing rooms unless you're like Rihanna.
Right. Like, so the answer is like, become more famous. Don't just.
I mean, is he famous? I just don't know him. Maybe that's.
He's no, he's not a household name. Suni Reid. This is the first time I've heard of this person.
Yeah. Okay.
I think they're just trying to take advantage of like Hamilton's image of being this like diverse, accepting, whatever. Like Lin-Manuel Miranda gets, anytime he's in the news, people like, you know, lose their shit over it. And I think this person is like, well, instead of just like being better and getting more famous and being noticed for my talent, let me just be difficult and ask for my own dressing room because I've decided that I'm in yet another victim group. I'm salty today. I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's because I was in my high school rendition of A Funny Thing Happened on the Way to the Forum. I played a courtesan, aka prostitute. I was given no special anything. I literally made my costume out of like strips of pleather. The casting process went as such. Larry Waxman put all of us girls up on stage, and the casting process went like this. He went, you, and you. And that was all. That, you know, sweet year 2000.
What? Wait, so just judged you by like your
appearance? Yes. He just lined us up on stage and then picked, that's how we were cast. That was our audition process. Just like stand up there. And he just like looked us up and down and then went like you, and you. And honestly, I couldn't have been happier. I was like, wow, I got picked for my looks. Things are looking up.
I used to be in theater. I did a little bit of theater. I was younger.
I feel like you were somebody wearing all black behind the scenes, running around, fixing the lights.
No.
No?
Well, the movie The King and I was the king's favorite daughter.
Oh my God. Do you remember any lines from it?
No. I mean, other than like acting, I've done a lot of theater stuff, but you know, I was young. I don't remember at all. I don't have a good memory. I have a very short memory.
Did you have COVID? Maybe it's brain fog.
No, it's just like how I was born.
Just life.
Yeah, just, you know.
You know, there's only so much we can remember. Things like high school theater. Yeah, that's information we can lose. This is from Deadline yesterday. I'm very excited to see this because Gina Carano underway on first project since The Mandalorian, Daily Wire Western, Terror on the Prairie. Also stars MMA fighter Cowboy Cerrone, Justified actor Nick Cersei, and more. Also, my buddy Tyler Fisher is in this. I don't know.
Hey.
I'm going to go ahead and take credit for this. I feel like I brought these two worlds together. No, I'm totally kidding. Tyler is an incredible actor. I was very impressed by his performance as a jockey. on Chicago MD. I saw that this summer because Frank's dad was really obsessed with Chicago MD, and he was just watching it, and it was like this jockey who's like, I gotta get back out there, I gotta ride this horse, and they're like, no, you've been starving. He was a jockey with an eating disorder, and he was all hooked up to these like feeding. He's like, no, the race is tomorrow, and he's like pulling the things at him, and he's running out of there. Just great, just like really understood the plight of the eating disorder jockey. And so anyway, yeah, so now, and Tyler, we've been chatting. They're in Montana for the month shooting this thing. He sent me a picture of what he looked like in makeup. It was amazing. Like, he was born to play a deranged mountain man. Like, he literally looks like somebody who had to go live off the grid because of the vax mandates. So I'm very excited for him. And I should have saved that photo to show you guys, but it disappeared. And maybe I'm not allowed to. Anyway. Also, this is very exciting because the Daily Wire, I think, is now dabbling in movies. I've heard possibly going to dabble in comedy. So this could be a competitive network that we see coming through. Michael Polish from North Fork and Force of Nature is directing the movie about a pioneering family that fights back against a gang of vicious outlaws that is terrorizing them on their newly built farm on the plains of Montana. Carano will lead, cast, and produce. Also, let's see. So, Samade Armstrong from the OC, also a CMP guest, is on this too. So it's Tyler, Samade, I always say her name wrong, Gina Carano, obviously, and Nick Searcy. Pretty exciting. The plan is to release the film exclusively to dailywire.com members in the spring of 2022. The Hurt Locker outfit Voltage Pictures is handling international sales. This is very exciting. Like, remember when Gina Carano was fired from Disney? That had to have been this year. What is it? It's October now. So this is in less than a year. She's already working on another big project. Do you remember when that happened, Riss?
I think so.
She was tweeting out, God, people came after her after everything. She put in her bio, her Twitter bio, her pronouns were like beep, bloop, blop. People had an issue with that. And then she just would like leave little like drips and drops, like just tweeting about like basically like free speech and really nothing crazy.
Why did she get fired again?
Why did she get fired? Because she didn't fall in line with like the woke agenda. She kind of poked fun at the pronouns and she wasn't like singing the woke Hollywood song.
Okay.
And she was like one of the first, kind of like mainstream Hollywood actors to be kind of canceled. And then I immediately went out and bought the Gina Carano action figure, Cara Dune. Yes, I did pay too much for this, but I really wanted it. And The Mandalorian is great because the last trilogy of Star Wars was really, really kind of screwed up and not great. And The Mandalorian, I think, really filled in some of those gaps and kind of made fans feel like, oh, wow, they're actually following lore. They're following storylines. They're bringing back relevant characters. Like I think they did a really good job with The Mandalorian. So, but then people feel conflicted because a lot of people after Gina Carano was fired, canceled their Disney Plus subscriptions. So meanwhile, I'm like, well, I'm going to keep mine because I want to watch this. It's frustrating.
Cancel them right back.
It's like you feel like, all right, well, I go back, even with Amazon, like I go back and forth, like, well, we shouldn't be supporting these behemoths. I'm trying to buy more books like from local bookshops. And what's this other site called that Carrie Smith gave me? I forget.
I still use Amazon.
But then like, fuck, if you need something right away, or you forget someone's birthday.
Isn't it like a marketplace though, too? Like, can't anybody put their stuff up there if they want?
True. Yes, they can.
I know it favors all the like really cheap China stuff. I know that goes up first on the algorithms, but
true. I missed a couple of super chats from Matthew Hammond. He says the billionaire elites are trying to develop the technology to mine asteroids. There are trillions of dollars in minerals. Ooh, I wonder what kind of minerals are in asteroids.
Yeah, it's like stuff that you don't find on Earth. They probably use it for a lot of neat things.
In space. Here we go. Asteroid mining. This is interesting. Let me pull this up here.
Streaming. Yeah, YouTube is like the new thing, and various streaming platforms like Rockfin, like things that we're doing. It's what everybody's moving towards.
Yeah. Asteroid mining is the hypothetical exploitation of materials from asteroids and other minor planets, including near-Earth objects.
Yeah, dude.
What is in there? But what is inside? Terrestrial mining, minerals in space. Why are they not listing what's in there? Propellant depots. Oh, okay. Gold, cobalt, iron, manganese, molybdenum, nickel, osmium, palladium, platinum, rhodium, ruthenium, tungsten. Wow, this reminds me of like when I was memorizing the periodic table in like middle school or high school. Some flow from core to surface. Platinum things.
Yeah, but a lot of it is like things that aren't even on our periodic table. It's just like old stuff. And they use like the materials to make like brain chips that can't be detected on scans.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So like they abduct people and they implant these like brain chips in them, and then you can't, people got like a headache and they go in and they get it scanned and they can't find it.
Of course, because the scan, they like calibrate the scan to only pick up what they want it to pick up and not what they don't want it to pick up. So yeah, if you're mining asteroids for elements no one knows about, oh, how creepy is that?
Yeah.
Matthew Hammond again, back for 5. The Daily Wire is missing an opportunity to release movies with an exclusive period to movie theaters. Established studios are going straight to streaming. Yeah, well, you wonder if they can't do that because they're trying to be like, maybe they've sort of severed their Hollywood ties. But yeah, I agree. That would be a good idea. Okay. How are you feeling about all the space stuff?
I mean, there's a lot to learn.
Do I sound better?
Keep going.
Do I sound better?
We're picking up everything.
Oh, okay.
How's my audio? I don't use any mics when I do lives, unfortunately. But I just got a new soundboard that I think will hopefully help.
Ooh. Can we see it? Look, Riz, I think you should keep an owl on your desk.
Really? Like right back here?
Yes, because what if the bats get inside again? You need keep an owl nearby you and just sort of like pick it up when they come and be like, away. Yeah, just keep it behind you.
Fly by my window.
Yeah. Like when you see a vampire, you just show them across. Like you're just going to do that.
Where's the owl? Go away.
You're just going to do that. Riz, I don't know if you're dating again. Are you seeing anybody right now?
I don't know. Should I go public?
Think about it while I do this ad read. Dating apps are terrible. They're superficial. They're face swiping apps. I don't know how many of these you've used, Riz. There are quote unquote expert matching apps. Both usually waste your time. The solution is a values-based matching system. If you're conservative, things probably aren't going to work out with someone who's a total lefty. Same with religion, lifestyle, how to raise your children, and other core values. Sure, anybody could change to meet you where you are, but why not just meet somebody who values what you do right from the jump? Drom is a free new values-based dating app. You pick the deal breakers and deal makers. There are no experts and match percentages. You don't have to addictively check the app. You, as soon as someone matches your deal breakers and deal makers and you match theirs, you get a notification. And Drom is also video only for more human interactions. So go to Drom.Date/CMP in your phone's browser.
Wait, do you say
DROM.
Video only?
That's what they say.
So
yeah.
No chat. So
maybe
you're
just sending
someone.
I should probably just download it.
And
so
you're talking to them.
I feel like that's better than a bunch of pictures where someone's like got their hand in a dead lion.
Hey, it speeds up the process.
Yes, you don't care about photos. It's like
an immediate first date, get it over with and move on.
all the talking in the world doesn't matter when you
Yeah.
like actually meet the person or like video chat with them, because that's when you can feel the
No
juice.
catfish.
You can feel the vibes. So go to Drom.Date/CMP in your phone's browser, click the iOS or Google button to install, and use the invite code CMP to sign up. And if you're already matched up, good for you. Tell your friends and get your partner to tell their friends. That's Drom.Date/CMP. Design and meet your perfect match. It's free to use. Okay, Riss. So you are breaking up with somebody. It was a little bit of a process.
Yeah,
Some
so I
tears were
was dating
shed.
somebody for the past 5 years, and the past like 2 or 3 years, it was basically me just trying to break up with the dude. He would say that he would move out, and then he never would. So then I had to evict him. I had to go to court, serve him papers, to the point where if he didn't move out, then on this certain date, we had a sheriff that would come and like drag him out. So glad that's over with. I'm enjoying, living by myself, but at the same time, it's a little bit nerve-wracking because like I do have stalkers and I have people that like idle outside my house and then come into my driveway at 7:30 2 nights ago pretending to be a delivery man.
Wait, this was the ex?
No, this was just a creeper from the internet.
Oh my God. What?
Yeah, if it happens again, I'm calling the cops. So I go live on my Instagram.
Do you know who the creeper was, or you don't know who they were?
No, but when it happens, I go live on my Instagram, so I have an extra set of eyes.
In case they come for
Yeah.
you. Yeah,
I
you know
mean,
what? If you're gonna be kidnapped, at least make content out of it.
Yeah.
The chat is saying maybe don't date again for a while. Riz has protection. She is she's down with what's up with 2A.
I'm dating again. Yeah.
When you got on the show, people were going crazy.
Oh.
So yeah, I feel safer when I'm dating, to be honest. But that's not the only reason why I date. Obviously, I enjoy. I'm the type of person that likes to be in relationships all the time.
Why do you think that is?
It's just fun. Life is more entertaining. And I just prefer it. And then like, I don't want to like offend anybody, but like
They're probably not watching.
Like, don't you agree though? Because then you don't have to like have one night stands. You can just like have sex all the time.
God, you can make a case for the opposite too. You can make a case that you have way more sex as a single person and that it matters even less. But like, right.
Then it'd be like dirty and risky.
True. I'm just, speaking from my own experience. That's the life I led. But I also had to deal with a lot of like maybe trust and intimacy problems because I was like, I like my men disposable. I know where, what I mean? I can come get you when I need you. I had like a pen.
Yeah,
not
serial
really.
monogamy.
Stable of men. But yeah, I think if you find the right person, it's going to be a net positive.
For me, it's like I'm more productive in my life when I'm with one person for an extended period of time. Because then like I can do my work. I don't have to worry. And then like, once I'm done my work, 5:30, you just come over.
True. You're like, no,
my needs are met, go to sleep next day.
Good for you. Yeah, it's like dating it's very time consuming.
Yeah, it
is like having another job.
Yeah, like why do you want to go on 5 different dates until you can like finally then have sex? Like
I think it's even harder for dudes because a lot of chicks just expect men to pay and like so what, they're going on 2 or 3 dates a week paying for all those, like that adds up quick. That's why I'm all about like, yeah, go and do like a park date, do a walking date.
That should incentivize the men to
choose wisely.
To not like, be a little man whore and stick with one person.
But if you're hot and you're just like on the apps, it's just like, hey, come over. Then you probably don't even have to pay for a date. Just bring a couple of ginger ales over.
Yeah, well, then those aren't the girls that you would want to be with.
True. But like guys who say that that's not what they want, I feel like are lying. Maybe I'm just cynical. Matthew Hammond back for 5.
Question.
Okay.
Chrissy.
I'm putting this away.
Your boyfriend. Mm-hmm. Maybe he can answer because he can hear me. Does he like, well, so your lifestyle's a little bit more different because you like interview porn stars and stuff, but like the guy that I'm dating, like he follows like thousands of Instagram models.
Thousands?
Is that normal? Like almost 1,000? So I don't know if he's watching.
Wait a second. Does he only follow porn, like adult film stars?
Like very close to it, yeah. Like
Ooh,
literally,
I don't like that.
He follows 300 friends and he has like 1,000
That
Instagram
sounds
models.
like a
Like,
lot.
I really don't care, but it's just sort of like that's excessive. They're all like OnlyFans models.
But is he leaving? That's the thing. I was about to ask, like, is he leaving comments? I don't even think that even matters. To me, that's kind of
know, but it's just like you clearly have this other life that you're leading. These girls got schedules for when they post on their OnlyFans. I don't know, like whenever, is he like on his lunch break, like checking in on his
this sounds like a person who is into watching porn and they're
like
just
it's like something that you do when you're younger. To me, it feels like when you're grown up, you don't really do that. But
oh my God, so many guys still do. How old is he?
A year older than me. He's like 30.
30 is still young. He's still in fuckboy territory. I would have that conversation with him, be like, do you watch a lot of porn? Because who knows, maybe it could be like old follows from years ago. Like, and if he's not active, he could have.
It could go by ratio. If he follows 10,000 people and 1,000.
But he doesn't follow 10,000 people. He follows like
he has 300 friends, and then he follows like 1,000.
He has 300 friends, and he follows 1,000
Instagram
models. I would ask him. There's a chance that he followed a bunch of people like a year or two ago. I don't know. He's probably. I would have the how much porn do you watch conversation and go from there.
The question is like, do you prefer to have actual sex or do you prefer to have sex with yourself in private?
Yeah, when I discovered my sister's husband followed a lot of like hoary looking girl. No, like, no offense, but they were, he followed a lot of girls like that. I was like, I don't love to see that, on my sister's husband's follow list, like all these girls and then the commenting and like. He's still sus for a lot of reasons. Like he does not have my sister in any of his social media and she kind of doesn't have him in hers. It's like just her and the dogs. I never liked it from day one, but like, what am I going to do? So yeah, I would have the how much porn do you watch conversation, because if you bring up like, hey, I have a problem with how many porn stars you follow, then it's like, oh, you're prying into my life.
I know he likes to masturbate a lot.
What's a lot?
I don't know. He's just really big into masturbating. He does it at least once a day, every day. He's really into that. But like, don't take sex so seriously. Love is well. My thing is, hey, Jason Bermas. Hey,
is he here? Hey, Jason. Oh my God, Jason.
Okay, so like my thing is, like, if you're not fucking me every day.
And you're masturbating, right? Like if you're masturbating more than you're fucking me, that makes me upset.
Yeah, then you're preferring to masturbate and not have sex with me. Then it's like, maybe this isn't the right person for me, right?
The chat thinks every man does it once a day.
Other than that, like he's a really great person, but
okay, he could just have a very high sex drive. These could be like old habits. Again, everybody changes. 30 is still like very young for a man. Like. He could still kind of be in like young man fuckboy mode. If it were me, I would have the conversation like, yeah, how much porn are you watching? Like, I don't mind masturbating a lot because I can definitely get to a place where I would be like masturbating every day, like just knock 10 off. But now it's like, I have too much work to do. So I'm not about that anymore. I would be like
when you have a busy lifestyle, it's just, you're more productive and if you just have, your partner and then you do your work. And
I also feel like, it's better. Of course, it's easier to just masturbate, right? It's like less, it's just easier, right? So I feel like it's a good challenge when you're,
he thinks, I don't know. Like,
I think it's good, like when you are seeing somebody like try to channel that sexual desire into your partner, because it will make you guys stronger. But again, you guys are
Right.
in the
That's what,
early phases.
yeah, like we've only started talking the past few months.
Okay. Yeah, it's still new. I would ask him how much porn he watches
I just
in
think
a
it's like
non-judgmental
it's
way.
clearly not like if he channeled that, like you said, into the partner, it would be, it's more like I can tell that that's not there. He's not channeling it.
So you don't feel
He has
can,
like 2 relationships with himself and then with me.
this
It's,
is like a lot.
obvious.
This
Like,
is
I
why a
can
lot of girls
tell.
don't like you talk to Brittany Venti. She's just someone who comes up right away. She is like, when she dates a guy, she doesn't want them watching any porn. And
I mean, maybe it'd be preferable because then it's more enjoyable for me when I see that you're more interested in me.
so you
I
feel
mean,
like
so I'm
it's
not attached
taking
to him. I'm not upset about it, but it's just not as enjoyable of a relationship as with somebody that
it's
only has
totally
sex with
focused on you.
Right.
Okay.
Totally focused on you. It's so much more enjoyable.
So right, maybe he has an intimacy problem. These could just be like, oh, it's easy to jerk off. It's easy to just like scroll on your phone and get there. Whereas like in 2021, having a real relationship with like a real woman like is way harder, especially if you have any kind of like social anxiety. Frank is wondering, let's see. Here's a question. Is he into stuff that you might not be into? Has he expressed any kind of like wanting to do stuff that you're not into?
No, I mean, we've done everything.
Everything? Hey. Yeah, I would just talk about it. I would just like talk about your feelings. It doesn't have to be.
I don't want to because I feel like if he genuinely wanted to do that, he would be doing it. And I don't feel like I should have to have that
okay.
conversation because then it's just like I feel like if he changed his ways completely, he'd only be doing it because I said so and not because he like genuinely wanted to.
Feel this so much, risk, because so many things like I will stop myself from bringing up a conversation about because I go, and I guess this is like a very female thing to do, but like, oh, like I'm not going to force somebody to give more than they want to give. Like I will accept what they give me, but like I'm not going to nag somebody into doing more than they want to do.
Right.
Like
I've never been that way.
My style is very much but like always been like sit back and watch what somebody does. Like I never want to be like this nagging, demanding chick. Like men will give what they want to give, but on the other hand, some men are genuinely clueless, and the ones that really like you want to please you, and they want and need direction, and they want the keys to your happiness. So I think maybe it's a little bit of like getting over that female like, well, you should figure it out, because I figured your shit out.
Okay,
You know
so you're saying don't make him like try to figure it out because he's not going to.
I would try to be as clear as you can about your feel. Like if you boil what's going on, if you boil that down to your baseline concern, you're like, okay, I'm worried about a future like lack of intimacy because he has chunked off part of himself. Like he is, more focused on like jerking off Instagram girls.
I don't know if he's ever had like a serious relationship with somebody that like he has been able to have access to, right? Like I have my own house. I don't live with my parents. So and we live very close. So it's pretty easy for us to hang out.
Does he live with his parents right now?
He does, but he just bought a house that he's like in the process of
okay.
like developing.
Okay.
Gutting and stuff. So maybe he's just not used to that. And maybe he doesn't know what it's like to only have sex with one person and not your hand too. And maybe he should just give it a try. I don't know.
Yeah. Maybe. It sounds like, you're like the real deal risk. You're like, okay, another question. Does she know the type of porn or porn stars he watches?
Well, if you look at his Instagram, all the girls, I mean, they all.
I wish you could there's no way you remember their names, but if you were to rattle them off, I wonder if I know part of them. From Jason Bermas, DM'd you ladies. No one went to no one went to space, he says. They went 62 miles in the air. The U2 spy plane went to 70K in the 50s. Keep up the fun talk and be careful.
Wait, what?
Jason, you are throwing down the gauntlet here. Yeah, he says no one went to space. They went 62 miles in the air. The U2 spy plane went to 70K in the 50s.
Yo.
70,000. Whoa. Oh man. Jason, do you want to get in here? Are you still there?
Okay.
I'm very intrigued. I
Do
do
you want me
see
to
you.
list off some of these models?
Let me see if I can invite him.
Jason, you're the best. What's going on,
62
friend?
miles is space.
Frank thinks that 62 miles is space.
It's the Carmen line.
The Carmen line?
Look, yeah, Google it.
Hold on. I'm trying to send Jason a link. We got some space disputes here. I agree that I mean, anytime they're making a fuss over something, I'm like, what are they trying to distract us from here? I missed another super chat from Matthew Hammond. He says, can you get Styx, Hexen, Hammer 666, and Razor Fist on the podcast? I don't know who these people are,
I don't know who they are either.
but I will look into them. Yeah, Riss, what you're explaining is not uncommon.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's just society and how guys are now, and it's just something that's like socially accepted, so he wouldn't think that anything's wrong with it. Jason, what do you think? Like, have you had a
Jason, are you hearing
long-term
this
sexual
story?
relationship with somebody?
I am hearing this story. I think it's difficult. I'm certainly not the guy to give any type of sustainable relationship advice.
How many porn stars do you follow on Instagram?
None. I don't have an Instagram. I don't have a Snapchat.
Ooh, okay.
I mean, if we're going to be completely honest on this show for no good reason, any of my porn is like downloadable. I don't want to watch live cams.
He keeps his on an 8-track. He's old school.
You know, that it's just not my thing. I'd say, you know who I do follow on Twitter? You interview her all the time, but that's because she follows me. What is it? The one Candace girl. She's Eva something.
Candace Horbox, Eva Lovia.
Yeah, that girl. But again, that's because she follows me. She has a big following. I hope to get a retweet now and then.
Gorgeous.
For the type of
you.
So as far as that goes, I don't know. That's between people, right? You know, one of my exes just got a write-up in Allure magazine, and she's very it was all about inclusivity, and she's in the city, and she's doing all these tattoos and all these different things. And you know, I really like that girl. It didn't work out. We're still friends. We couldn't disagree more on politics and things like that, but we care for each other.
That's such a turnoff for me.
Well, you know what? Again,
what is?
I used to run
if we disagree politically.
Oh, at this point in my life now, yeah, I could not deal with.
You know, for me, again, it's funny because, you know, again, I was running a bar before I got back into this. So none of these girls were really that serious. Anyway, that one was. She was somebody I consider my girlfriend. But every once in a while, I'll get like a DM. Hey, is everything okay? Are you feeling all right? Because they never saw that side of me, right? There was a distance between when I was making documentaries and I was on talk radio and I was doing it all the time to that wasn't my career anymore. And it was certainly not something I was talking about with a lot of these girls. You know, I never talked about the documentaries I made or those kind of things. I, of course, have that dream of meeting somebody where we make each other better. We're also sexually attracted to one another and we can go to those heights. I mean, is that fairy tales, rainbows, and leprechauns? I don't know. You know, I hope not. I know that nothing is 100% perfect, but I would see the frustration of somebody wanting to be with themselves or someone else more than you know, to have a sustainable relationship. And if it is early like that in the first 3 months, and you're not even in a situation where you're spending every night together, you know, how sustainable is that? And then again, I'll say this, I don't know what it's like to be a 30-year-old man living with my parents. And that's not a knock on anybody, but I was out of my house very early. Like I moved out at 16. And then there was a period I was back in my house, but I graduated high school at 17. I was off to college at 8 before I was 18. And I think one time in my 20s, I spent a couple months at home because I needed a place. And that was about it. And I've been pretty independent. But it's tough,
he
right?
has like the ability to come to my house all the time.
Yeah, it sounds like he has a job. He just bought a house. He's not just like one of these loafer types.
Like, well, that's good.
Listen, not like we can't because he lives with his parents. Like now it's but I mean, I understand that in his past, before he met me, he never had that ability to just go to, you know, have.
But it seems like Riss's chief concern is the amount of like adult film star or like Instagram girls or OnlyFans girls that he follows on Instagram, and that is something that is inhibiting their intimacy, and that there's like maybe a chunk of him that's cut
Yeah,
off and
because
he's not
we don't
fully
hang
about
out
her.
every single day.
Well, I'll be honest, girls. There's no girl that I've dated on a consistent basis, even for like 6 months, that it was an everyday affair after 6 months. Now, that doesn't mean there weren't sometimes that there weren't multiple times or whatever. But I can be a grumpy bitch too and be like, I'm tired. I mean, I've done that before. And I had that conversation with the ex, and she's like, well, I didn't think it would come this soon. It's like, well, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, maybe because I was a little older, I was in my late 30s.
But Jason, were you like jerking off? Like, is it it's probably normal, right? That you're dating somebody in the early stages or probably even years in and you're still jerking off to other women. I think that's probably very common.
I think it's common. And, again, I come from this like wide era of dating girls where more and more, it was a hookup scene or you were dating, you were an exclusive with one another. I mean, I remember in my 20s, I was dating these two girls named Kim at the same time, and one was about half the size of the other. I called her Kim.5. And like, it's just one of those.
To her face?
So many Kims.
No, of course not. But they were both Kim to their face, Riss. Come on. I mean, all I'm saying is it's difficult, man. A lot of my friends are divorced. They're on wife. Some are on their way to wife.
And the thing is Riss is not a skank. She is wife material. So she doesn't want to waste a lot of time.
Oh, Chrissy, thank you very much for insinuating such a thing.
I'm not calling your girlfriend
lovely, obviously wife material. That's the other thing. It's like, I want kids. You know what I mean? I don't know that could ever happen with somebody who's my age at this point. That it would be on the end tier. I would hope that, for me, if it was peak, it would be somebody who had their shit together between 25 and 35 and they wanted to build something, right? But
and somebody that could have sex every day.
Well, I mean, in the beginning, that'd be awesome. But I also have to realize that if I want to build those things, I'm not getting younger. You're going to get pregnant, right? You're going to have a kid. In that, from pregnancy to the kid part,
also being busy, family members get sick and die, like that. Having sex every day phase trails off sooner than you think.
Thank you, Chrissy. Thank you. I mean, I don't know how many you said you just got out of a very long-term relationship of 2 to 5 years. I did that like one time, and there was a breakup in the middle of it. We certainly didn't live together. There was no eviction or anything like that. I don't know, man. I thought I was coming on here to talk about NASA, and now I'm Dr.
Phil. Exactly. You know what? Enough about this. I'm echoing, Jason. I think you might need to turn something down. I want to hear your thoughts on space. So you think this is all for show? You think this is like
let me explain some things to people. We're going to be going over them at the top of the hour. I don't want to take people away.
Please plug your show.
I'm scheduled for the top of the hour. We're going to be uncensored over at Rockton because there's certain things that we can't show. But this is a big PR push for the allowance of the second level of the weaponization of space. Okay. And to legitimize billionaires, as they already are talking about. For instance, they're talking about Facebook should be at the UN and Google. UN. These are real pieces in Bloomberg. Okay. And that's not all. So what you have to understand is we had the technology via 0 rockets. Let me repeat this. No raquetas. Okay. To get 70,000 feet in the air. It is declassified with the U-2 spy plane in the 50s.
Where did you read this?
Anywhere. Just type in the U-2 spy plane. It's on Wikipedia. Okay. It is a plane. And we still use these models. They were spy planes today. Obviously, they've gone through a lot of different developments and attachments, blah, 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 but they're declassified. This is reality. Okay. What you've seen is the push for cool billionaires to go into space like Richard Branson. What did they do with Richard Branson? They went up in this semi-rocket and then they launched a plane to space. I think he got the highest at about 65,000 feet. Now, Bezos is going up straight in a rocket, and then the capsule is where they're at. Honestly, the highest space thing that we've seen recently is the Inspiration 4 propaganda, where there was a internet lottery, okay? And someone won an internet lottery, just like William Shatner just went up to space or whatever, and they went into low Earth orbit. Now, I've watched the footage. I don't know exactly where they are. At one point, they go to like this little space deck, and you're supposed to be able to see out the window. All you see is black. If you just listened, I did on your program, I'm going to be playing that video to Shatner. He said it was almost like a black abyss as he was going up. And I agree with all those things. I don't know what else to say other than how is it that we are in 2021. They're getting ready for Artemis. See, this is all a big ploy where they're going to go back to the moon and they're going to send robots. They're not going to send people.
Right, Bermas. We've been doing this for the past like 50 years. The same stuff.
Well, let's just say this. Why is it that there's a U-2 spy plane from the 50s, literally almost 70-year-old technology that can go 7,000 feet, and we're all up in arms about going here? We don't have any like, you would think at this point, if any of this was legitimate, we would have had drones already fly back to the moon, okay, and then give us like live GoPro footage, like in high definition, walking around with the robo dogs from DARPA. But that's what they're setting up now. That's what Artemis will be, okay? And if you haven't seen the Kamala Harris piece, I'm going to be playing that exclusively at Rockfin during this. If you haven't seen it, it is a conjunction of YouTube together. It's a YouTube original with the vice president and a bunch of actor children and NASA telling them they're going to see the craters of Mars.
Yeah, why did she? She even said it, the moon. Yeah.
The moon. Let me explain something to you.
You can.
NASA is a front. Oh, sorry. This is the.
Oops, I could put you into solo layout.
This is a front, guys, for warfare. Dennis Bushnell, the man above, is still the chief scientist. In a podcast from a few years ago, we played a lot of the things he said, but in a podcast, he says, look, you're never actually going to the moon or Mars, but virtual reality will make you think you went there.
What?
Absolutely. We're going to play that clip. So much is coming up on the program today. But the truth of the matter is we have other propulsion systems. What this is truly about is you saw that Musk and his SpaceX just beat out Lockheed Martin, the military industrial complex company. They just went higher than them in valuation. Why? They got the contracts to move the weapons from anywhere in the world, any cargo, within 1 hour with their SpaceX rockets. It's all a show. Okay. We have other propulsion systems. They're lying to us about space. They're trying to make it the new cool, fun thing. All these kids were actors. Kamala Harris treats them like they're 5 years old. These are 10 and 11-year-olds in like a highly produced piece. So the other thing is that when I say it's a YouTube in conjunction with, Google and NASA work together, okay? Google is what is known in this document behind me as a Trojan horse civilian system. Let's type that in. It is being used for warfare against the American people. And this document, by the way, this is from 2001. Okay, the Trojan horse civilian system. They're inexpensive. They're irprosecutable. Again, oh man, that pops. But you can see it on the bottom. Just like binary biologicals into our food supply, information, internet, psychological warfare, all sorts of good stuff. Okay. They're like NASA is a front for warfare.
Put this in the most layman terms possible. So you don't believe anybody's really going into space. This is a distraction.
They're going up near maybe Earth orbit, right? And we have to also believe that Inspiration 4 went into Earth orbit. But I'm very suspect about that as well, because we have all this technology. Why didn't we have like GoPros on not even GoPros, built-in cameras on the capsules, outside of the capsules, where we could go live at any time? Right?
Yeah, why isn't there a constant live stream of every place we've ever been?
Well, there is a constant live stream supposedly from the ISS. You can go to YouTube and watch that, right? Sometimes it's on a loop, sometimes they show it live, etc. That's there. But in these new explorations, especially, I saw somebody talking about the mining of asteroids. I would say a lot of that is a farce. I think that they've actually already been mining that kind of material, if they can get to it, right, into the asteroid belt and beyond, for a very, very long time. That, again, is a front. We have to look at the strategic initiative in the 80s, Star Wars, okay, where we first militarized space under Reagan. That is a real thing. They said it failed. It did not fail. All right. What they're really doing now is they're moving warfare, and then they're creating internet infrastructures. We're going to go over that as well. So when Elon Musk has SpaceX and they're making all sorts of money now, they also put up what? They put up Starlink. And at the same time, DARPA, what did they put up? Blackjack on the piggyback of Starlink, because it's the same thing. Anybody can look that up. That's their new internet network they're ready to go global with for their military industrial complex. Okay, I know this sounds really Alex Jones, but every bit of it is true. It's not interdimensional demons. It's not elves. It's not clockwork nonsense, folks. It's actually going on now. So people really have to realize that this is what's taking place. It's just like the Neuralink, Christy, for instance, this thing. When we told you that they had brain chips in people, now they are commercializing it. Let me show you something. For mentally ill people.
I'm listening.
Now they're saying it's a new technology, even though they've been doing it for 15, 20 years with soldiers.
Oh, wow. This is interesting.
They have a very mentally ill woman who's still mentally ill with a brain chip outside by herself gardening with a mask on.
A custom brain implant lifted a woman's severe depression. So this is how they normalize.
This is this week. Okay. This is happening now. They're saying they're in trials and they've never done it before.
Yeah. Okay.
This is all DARPA tech. All of it. From the shots in the arm, from Moderna partnering with DARPA openly in 2013, to the brain technology they want, to the rockets and the militarization of space. Now, I know we went from big time dating advice to big time NASA cover up.
Equally important. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely, because if you're not happy, then why is life worth living, right?
Don't date a space cadet. Yeah.
Tell Frank I said hello. I hope that he doesn't hate me if you have nightmares about this.
No, of course not. I'm intrigued. I just feel like I'm at the point where there's so much I don't know. I don't even know enough to be scared. Like I'm just like, wow, I know that there's so much I don't know.
Let me just give you some bullet points and I'm going to get out of here because this is what we're going to be talking about. So the other flip side to this, guys, is again, they're legitimizing billionaires. It's just like this fake whistleblower. Oh, we need police, Facebook, and Google. No, they want to give them its seat at the UN as they bring in more global governance and they implode this system. You know, they're literally imploding the
and look at Bezos is like, look, I have my own. Clearly, I should be part of space. Here, I have my own rocket. So let me be part of the military.
Just 2 days ago, Facebook-backed group launches misinformation adjudication panel in Australia. Australia, where they are disarmed and these authoritarian measures are the worst, have now given power to Facebook, Google, and Twitter, to decide what's true. This is the legitimization of this. This is why this is the model for Bill Gates. We're going to be going over how Google and NASA achieved quantum supremacy years ago. And everybody knows quantum computing is what's really going on in the new information war. Okay, right now, they're talking about using the moon for this digital inequality. Okay,
why do you put the moon in quotes?
Because it's when you read it has nothing to do about the moon. It has everything to do about these new information networks that are going to be set up by the Defense Department. That's all.
Well, then why would they mention the moon?
Because it's all about space. We're going to space, Chrissy. It's all a front.
When really it's more about what, like the low orbit satellites?
Well, they got weapons in low orbit like you wouldn't believe. Forget about the satellites. It's the weaponization of space. This is the actor piece. We're going to be playing the whole thing on Rockfin. There's going to be 2 bits to this, guys. And again, they have these kids in mass. It's all about slavery. And it's all about, you're going to see the craters of the moon yourself. No, you're not. I promise you. That's not real. Okay. This is Elon Musk is with the military industrial complex, basically delivering their cargo around the world and now beating Lockheed Martin. Again, big time money. And they're doing it in real time. And of course, we're going to play some of this clip with Bezos also in the mix because they want unaccountable billionaires as these saviors, right? They'll play Bezos off as the Lex Luthor-like villain and Elon Musk as the Clark Kent-like Superman. But that's not what's going on. They both suck. And they're both a front for the military-industrial complex.
Meanwhile, Grimes is walking around reading the Communist Manifesto.
Yeah, they broke up.
They broke up. Yeah, she had to go. She was smart, though. The smartest thing she ever did was get knocked up by Elon Musk. She's set for life. That's a smart woman.
Money does not make happiness. And listen, Chrissy,
she doesn't have to be a barista now.
As much as I want an illegitimate child, I hope who I have that illegitimate child with is sane enough to allow me to raise and be a part of that child's life without too much stress, right? Even if they end up being not, a legitimate child. And that is just like few and far between right now. Can you imagine Elon Musk as the parent to your child? you've got like no say in anything. He can outbuy you. He can outlove you. The media is going to praise him all the time. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough.
Oof.
You don't want that kid.
Yeah. And also, like, that kid grows up. How are they going to meet anybody who's better than daddy?
Oh, is that going to be a big dad? I'm a guy. I don't have daddy issues. Like, that was never.
Okay, that's true.
I
That's
mean,
true. And it's a little
Daddy is
boy, so
terrifying.
he's not going to have, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe he's just
There's
not
a lot
going to
of
be
people better
impressed.
than Musk's daddy.
Ladies,
True.
Do you know about his dad?
who's
Who's
dad? Oh, yeah,
dad?
Musk's dad?
Elon Musk's
Oh,
dad.
yeah. Oh, listen. Again,
Mr.
they
Musk?
made their money
Sucks,
in the
like, little
lithium
children,
mines.
sorry.
Like, yeah, they're not good people. These people, listen,
Terrible.
if they have billions of dollars, chances are
They're
they are not the
incestual
best.
with the little ones.
Yeah. We're in a real life Squid Game here. And they want us
Oh,
dead.
don't start with your Squid Game
So
nonsense.
nasty.
I'll also be reading parts of Bill Gates' The Road Ahead.
Ooh, are you doing like
later
a red
today.
pill book club?
No, this is Bill
Did you
Gates.
own that? Did you buy that?
Wow,
I-
look
I
how
got
gay that
this
cover
one.
art is. Show that again, Jason. Bill Gates, The Road Ahead. He looks so gay there.
Yeah, look at him.
Ugh.
Anyway, it's very interesting because a lot of what he says, he now contradicts because that's from the mid 90s before he went full eugenics authoritarian, before they went
Ooh.
after him with the SEC. So it's
I'm
going to
gonna
be
order it.
Bill Gates versus Bill Gates.
Do they
I
still
am
sell
going
that?
to read it so I can get ready for my NASA
Yes.
expose. You ladies rock. I hope that you find happiness and love wherever you search for it.
Even
And I hope
space?
that- what's that?
Even space.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm
Might as
gonna
well put a
definitely order
VR
that.
helmet on.
I'm gonna definitely order that Bill Gates book if they're still selling it.
Oh, that's old. Listen, go to thrift shops. You gotta
Okay.
do more thrifting. Salvation Army, Goodwill, you find all the good stuff there. I found a bunch of other books that I'll be highlighting. on the
Estate
show.
sales. You find real good books there.
All right, ladies.
All right,
Thank you.
Jason.
I love
Thank
you.
you as always for gracing us with your presence. Follow Jason Bermas on Twitter at Jason Bermas, and he's on Rockfin, like all of us are, doing hot, uncensored content. Yeah, check him out. All right, he's gone.
We'll have to do one on my channel on Rockfin.
Yes,
Like all three of us. Some
for
point.
sure.
Yeah.
Somebody in the chat did not like Jason Bermas. Whoops. Yeah, Manta Ray of Hope did not like Jason. He did definitely break up our fluffy girl talk, that's for sure. But anyway,
All
yeah,
good.
the deal is with this man, I would say just like communicate,
Yeah.
figure it out, because it's like these are just ask questions, and like come from a place of genuine, like you want to get closer to him, not like you're trying to like pry into his life and change him. That
And
kind of
I'm
thing.
not sure if I should go that route or if I should like go to therapy myself. Maybe I need
Do
to stop
both.
acting like that because I've just been used to living with my boyfriend for as long as I can remember, but he never even had a serious relationship. So we're coming from two total opposite ends, where I feel like I might be expecting more than like he's even ready for.
If you're feeling like, oh, should I go to therapy? Just like go, because there's probably like multiple things that you would benefit from working on.
Yeah.
For sure. Hey, wait, would you ever date Jason? Or have you guys
Me?
ever yeah?
No, he's my friend.
Could that be a thing?
No, I can't date my friends.
Okay.
But didn't he say he was dating someone?
I don't remember. He
or
talks
was
really
that-
fast.
It was either like an ex or it was a current girl or something.
He
like
comes
that.
out so hot out the gate with so much information.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I have to like listen to it back and at
I
like
know, I have to
less
like think real hard.
half speed. He's working a freaking 100 miles a minute. Love that kid. All right, Jason is cool. We love him. Riss, yeah, I'm gonna be checking in on this boo situation here.
Yeah, I'll keep you updated.
Yeah, keep me updated. Just talk it out. I would say like, I don't like, I don't know. I feel like I'm beyond the age of being like, oh, trick your man and make him jealous and use trickery. Like, no, I think just like,
Like in the beginning, we were only having sex like once a week or like only hanging out once a week. And I thought that there was no big deal with that because, we just started out. But then, we got on like the third month and then I had to ask him like, is this an open relationship or a closed
Okay.
relationship?
So
Like
it's
that was
also
my
like,
first
yeah,
question.
what are we doing here? Are we
To
just
make
seeing each
sure
other?
that like he genuinely was just fucking once a week with me. I was like, I guess that's maybe he's, I don't know. Like I've never done that. Like, you know, once a week is cool, I guess. But
Yeah. I mean, I
I'm
would
like,
love it every day too, but just sometimes life gets in the way.
okay, I need to not be as demanding then.
Yeah. I would say like, yeah, have the are we monogamous chat and
Yeah,
then
so he
you can
said
go.
fine. He said closed. We're in a closed relationship.
Okay.
So if we're only having sex once a week, that means he's only having sex once a week, which is
Yeah, I would say
fine.
unless your
Get
physical
used to it.
needs, physical or emotional needs are not being met, it doesn't matter like how much he masturbates or whatever. Like it's, you know, you take this stuff in stages. Like if you feel like he's not present, he's not really there, then that's a discussion. If you feel like he just doesn't want to have sex with you when he sees you, that's a thing to talk about. But it's definitely upsetting when you see like someone you want to get close to is following a bunch of other chicks. But you know, I guess that's like male biology, right? But
Yeah. Like in
yeah.
the beginning, I was, you know, I don't want to get like too TMI, but we talked about masturbating and how he masturbates every day, and you know, and so like one week I said that I didn't masturbate that week. He was like, "How did you not masturbate at all this week?" I was like, "I was just busy." So that means that he takes it very seriously. He takes the masturbating every day very seriously, which means he puts aside time for it. Which means if he can do it, then why can't he do it with me? That's what I don't get.
Yeah. I would just be like very clear on what you want more of instead of like complaining about what you don't like. You know, it's always more constructive and productive to be like, I really want you to go down on me more. I really want this XYZ more, or like I really want us to feel closer.
Yeah.
Instead of being like, I don't like that you follow these girls. I don't know.
Yeah, because that's not really my concern is that he's following many girls, but that was just one of like the puzzle pieces to lead me to understand why we weren't as intimate as frequently as I wanted to be. And I was thinking like that's probably a big part of it is because he's probably paying monthly subscriptions to like hundreds of girls.
Yeah, that's another thing to talk about. Like, yeah, like OnlyFans. So you subscribe to a lot of girls? I don't know. You could even like bring up me, be like, oh, my friend interviews them. I don't know. Whatever. Just like, just talk
They
about it.
mentioned your name.
Yeah.
They have this one mega donor. His name is
It's tricky. It's so easy at the beginning of a relationship to get like self-conscious and nervous because you're like not on stable ground yet, especially like you're somebody who feels more comfortable in a stable monogamous relationship and you don't know like, you know, what's going on with him yet. So
yeah, I mean, like he seems to want the relationship, but I don't know. I guess I'm ready to move. Like he's in the process of moving into his new house, and like I've had my own house for like 3 years now, and like I don't know, or maybe we're just in different stages of our lives. Or like I'm ready to move on, and I don't know.
Yeah, just talk to him. And it's like everybody's different. Like I have been with guys that have a killer sex drive. I've been with guys who have barely any sex drive. Like it's just you gotta talk it out.
It's definitely like one of the major things that I try to see is if it's there or not in the beginning, because you don't want to waste your time. You know, I've made mistakes like that too. I've got caught up into relationships that went on for years that didn't have any sex drive, and then it's a big regret.
Yeah, it's so important.
Yeah,
I feel you, girl. Wristflex, follow Wristflex on Twitter at the Wristflex. Follow her on Rockfin. Follow her on Instagram. What's your Instagram?
Wristflex.
Wristflex. Keeping it the same everywhere. I love it. Wrist, thank you so much for joining me on the pod. Thanks to Jason Bermas. Go check out his thing. Yeah. Clearly, he's promoting. he's a smart boy.
Thanks for having me, Chris.
Of course. We'll talk soon. Thank you, chat. Thanks for the super chats. Until next time. Bye.
Bye.